We are going to see Google Form. Google Form is a survey administration software included as a part of free web-based Google Docs editor suites offered by Google's. This apps allows the user to create and edit surveys online while collaborating with other user in real time. The collected information can be automatically collected in a spreadsheet. So today we are going to see how to avoid the repetition of the data, how to send the response mail to each individual participant, how to create the pre-filled value form, how to reduce the link size, how to share the Google form, and how to insert the videos and attach the file in the Google form itself. So we start with Google form. So Google form is the service which is provided by the Google itself. So we have to log in with our account on the Gmail. So we are going to log with this. So I'm entering this, and after entering the password we will start with the account, Gmail account. So when we come to the our inbox or the Gmail account, in the right side we will get this 9 options, that is nothing but the Google apps. So click on this Google app option. Here we will get the two different options. One is the drive, through which we can start our Google form, and another option is that we can directly start to the forms. So we will see both the options. So I'm clicking on this forms option. This will create, or this will start the forms window. Another option we have, we can go to the drive option. We will click on the drive. So this will create, or this will start the drive option. In the drive we can click on this plus. Here we will get this Google forms option in the drop down. So here we will get this blank form option. So we click or we select this blank form. So in the first, with the help of the first option which we select here, that is form, which is directly available here. With this we are getting this form window. Here we can initially start with the blank, or we can use the different templates which are available, or which are already provided by the Google itself. So we can take the help of these different templates, depend upon our choice, or we can click on this blank option. So second, this blank form is created from this drive option. In the drive we click on this new. In the new we get the drop down list. Here we will click on this Google form, and here we will select on the blank form. So this both forms are the same. These different we are getting these two different option with the two different menus. So just like first one is the forms option, and second one is the drive option. So we will click one form because we require only one form. So the first thing is, we have, when we got this form, so first thing we have to set the title of the form. By what name we are going to identify this as the form in our Google Drive. So the first thing we have to give the name as, suppose we are giving as the Google form, which is nothing but the title of the form. So when you click anywhere, you will directly set the name as a Google form of the page. We can say as a page. One thing keep in mind, that this is the auto save process. So no need to click anywhere for you to search for anywhere where is the save option or anything. If you are writing, just write the FOR, that is, see here you are getting the saving option. So automatically your all data will be click save by your single click. So this is nothing but a title of your form. In the down you will get the description options. You will create, we will write here, we can give the description of the form. This form is created for demo purpose. That's it. One thing more, once you started your form, your link is created. Means once link is created, or once you click on the form, your link will be fixed for this form. So whatever be changes you are making on this form, the same changes will be reflected to the same link. It doesn't make any difference to the link. So we will see later on. So initially we set some settings, because these are very important when we are thinking about the Google form. So firstly, you have to click on this fourth option on the top row, that is nothing but the settings. So we click on the setting. So here we are getting the certain tabs, that is general, presentation, and next one is the quizzes. So we'll see the first one is general. In the first we are getting this collect emails. So this, if we are clicking on the checkbox, this means that your form will automatically collect the emails. Automatically, in this sense, you will this form will give the email option on the form. Just like here we are getting this untitled question one. So I'm going to delete this. So we are going to setting option. If we are going to the collect email option, and here we are going to save it, so we will get this email option automatically added in our Google form. This means that whenever we are going to start our form, this email will be prompt first and the user has to enter email address here. So we will go to the setting option one more time. So here the first option we selected is collect emails, so we got this email option. So next, when we click to the checkbox, this second, we get the response receipts. Response receipt means after filling the form, does the we have to send the email to the participant or to the students automatically, or he or the participant will select whether he wants the receive email from the organizing team or not. If we select the always option, this means that once the participant fill this form, he will get the response back in his email. Email means the email which is entered by the user in the in this email box. So this is the most important feature that one must, when we are collecting the information, or when we are taking the registration of the users or the participant or of any organization, of your organizing conference of the workshop. So we must give them the response receipt. That is nothing but you have filled this type of information, so that in future that particular person cannot blame to the organizing committee or to the team, to the workshop uh, team, that you had given me such type of the information. So this will give the response receipt to the participant. So if you select the if response request, means if the participant click on the response receipt at the time of filling the form, in that case only he will receive the form. So we will see both the options. So firstly we are going to see if response request it, so we are going to save it. Second thing, we are going to obtain the link of our form. So here in the third option, that is the eye shape, that is nothing but preview. We are going to click on this preview option. So this is this nothing but the preview of the form. So this link what we are getting at the top, this will be constant till the existence of this form. So see, we are discussing about this setting option, this like this if respondent request it. So here we are getting send me a copy of my responses. If it is click on this option, then only the system will generate the response receipt to the particular user. Otherwise the system is not going to, because it is off. If we are going to select always option, we are going to save it, come to this and just refresh it, that is reload it. So this option is load. A copy of your, see this, a copy of your response will be emailed to the address you provided. Means as soon as you fill this information, you will get the mail. So for example, I am writing this, so I am submitting it. So once it is submitted, we can check it on the your mail ID. So I received the mail Google form. This form is created for the demo purpose, and I enter this mail ID. So just like this, we can create the n number of responses. So we are just trying it. So come to the form. So first option we had seen in the setting option that how to send the receipt to the each and every participants who is going to fill this form. So we have two option, if uh, respondent requests it, or we are going to set is always. So best option is to give the response receipt to all the participants. Second thing we are getting here is requires sign in. Here we are getting limit to one response, which means that if we are checking on this limit to one responses, this means that from one device a individual user can fill only once that particular form. Means this will reduces the repetition of data. If you are not going to select this and you are going to save it, this means that I or you or anyone can enter n number of forms, or it can fill n number of forms from a single device. This is this can be easily restricted with the help of the limit to one response. With the help of the Google form, Google Form means with the help of the G Suite, one additional feature is added. So I have this G Suite account. So here we will get this limit to one response, which we are getting in the free version. Here we are getting one more option as restrict to user in education and its trusted organization. Which means that if I am selecting to this restrict to user in education and its trusted organization, which means that this particular form will be accessible in only the particular education domain only, cannot be accessed anywhere. So here we are going to set this limit to one response option also. So we can select, we can restrict to the our education domain per users, and we can circulate to the outside also. That this will happen only in case of the G Suite version, that is nothing but the which is used for the education purpose. So we are coming back to our normal account. So we are giving you the limit to one response account. So now down to this we are getting the respondent can edit after submit. Means after submission of data I am getting the revert, or I am getting the response receipt, and I'm getting the information that my name is wrong. So in that case, whether the organizing team allowing the user to edit, if yes, then click on this edit after submission. So this can be due to for creation or for accepting the invitations, we can give this edit option, edit after submit. Because invitation means we are just collecting the information regarding the user, what is his name, what is mail id, phone number. So we can give the option of edit after submit in the invitation or the registration form. Next to we have the summary charts and the text responses. So this will show the summary chart and the text responses to the user. If it is required, then only this give this rights to the user, otherwise don't give it. So next option is we are going to check it, presentation. So in the presentation we have the progress, show progress bar. Progress bar means this, if we are going to add the number of pages. Pages means that one we are going to create number of sections. So user will get the information that this particular form contains the three section, and we are at the first part of the form, we are at the second part, and we are at the third part. This is going to be shown with the help of the show progress bar. This helps the user to see how many pages or how many part this particular Google Forms have, and this will tell the user that we are at the second level and we have to complete the four or five more. Next one is the shuffle question orders. So we can shuffle these question orders, means this will automatically shuffle the question orders to the each participant. So we normally we are not going to select this shuffle question order. This will basically use in case of the quiz. And last, here we are getting the confirmation message. So here we have to show some message that will be displayed to the user, just like we are giving this uh, thank you for Thank you for your information provided for this, we can say as a webinar. Thank you for your information which is provided for this webinar. So we are click on the save option. Next one is the quiz. If you want to make the quiz, we can select this quiz option. So we are going to show this message, confirmation message, and save. So we have created one response. We will delete it. So so initially we had started with the Google form. We had set this title here, and we had set this description here. So first option is the email option we had set here. Now we are going to insert the certain questions. So the first questions comes to the mind, how to insert the question. So this can be easily converted. This right side we are getting this palette. So in this we get first option is this add questions. So we click on the add question. This will add the default question below this. So we are getting this first. So if the question arises, how many types of the questions we can add it, or how many different types of the pattern of the questions we can add it. So we can add it these types of the question. We can add the short answer question. We can give the paragraph questions. We can have a multiple choice, checkbox, drop down, file upload, linear scale, then multiple choice grade, then checkbox, then date and time option. So we will see one by one. So initially, first one we are selected is short answer. So we are giving is the um, name. So we are giving the name. Means we are going to collect the name of the participant. So see here, in the required option, we have to make it validation. So we have to make it compulsory for the user that he or she has to enter this. So we have to make this required by checking this, clicking this, which means that whenever this form will started, the participant must enter this name. In this we are getting certain option, that in the right side we are getting three dot option. So in the click on this three dot option, we will get this description and the response validation. In the response validation, we can set the different validations. Validations means in the name we require only the alphabets, capital, small, or the space. We didn't require any type of the numbers to be entered in that. So this can be set with the help of the response validation. In the description, if you are setting the description, which means that this will give the message to the user that what he or she has to enter in that particular field. So we'll write here, write your full name. In bracket we'll write first name space, middle name, last name, and bracket completed. We click on site. This means that this will be saved automatic, as we said already, that this will save the data to the drive. So we can check it. We click on this our form option. Here we'll refresh it, or we'll reload it. This will create it. So see here we are getting this email option, which you entered added firstly email. So here you have to enter your email. Next option is the name, and we had given the description. Write your full name, first name, middle name, and the last name. So this is about the second option, that is nothing but the short answer. Same can be said for the writing the paragraph, or just we will click. We have to enter the next question just below this name option. So we are clicking, selecting this name. Then we are going to click on this add question. This will add the new question down. We have to set this option as the paragraph. So we will write here, give your introduction. So same we are making it validate. So we are selecting this required field. In the three dots we are giving selecting as a description as, please write your please write about yourself. Please write about Please write about yourself. So here also we can write yourself. So we are setting as the paragraph. Just as you are writing anything in the Google form, same will be reflect on your form. So we are refreshing or reloading it. So we are getting is give your introduction. See in the first, that is name, we have selected a short answer, so we had restricted to this type. And here in the next, that is please write please write about yourself, we have to enter the data in the form of the paragraph. So this is the difference between this, the short answer and the paragraph. So we'll move toward the next question. We are going to add next question. So same, we are going to add question. This will add the question to the downward. So here we have to select this multiple choice question. Multiple choice question means we have to select a single from the multiple one. Just like we are going giving here the select gender. So gender we can give you option as the, so Google will default gives the some option as just like we are going to first is the male. In the second we can give as a, or we will once one time we will give the male option. So add, one more option is there, we can give the other option also. So if we have to make this male to the first option, so just on the right side we are getting this six dot. So just drag it to the top, so male is at the other the top, and we are getting male first option and second one is the female option. So we are reloading it. We will get this first email name, give your introduction, and then next is the select gender option. So in this we can select to the male option or to the female option, we cannot select to the both option. This is nothing but the single selection from a multiple one, that is nothing but a multiple choice question. So here we have to make it validate. Validation means we have to make it required, otherwise if user is not going to select the male or female, your form will accept it because you are not validating it, or we are making not required it. So see, once you will select as a required, in that case we will get this red asterisk here. So red mark indicate that we have to enter or we must enter this field. So initially we didn't required make the required here. So now we are going to make the required here. So now we will get this star mark here to select gender star. This means that this is a compulsory field which we have to enter. In the description option, same, you can give the description. Next, so we are selecting. Now someone can say that I want to insert the question before the below the give your introduction. So select this box, the give your introduction, click on the add question. So we are getting this question below this give your introduction. So we have selected this multiple choice. Now we'll go to select the checkbox. So checkbox means we can select the multiple options, just like we are giving this hobbies. So hobbies can be multiple, just like we are giving this reading, internet surfing. Next one is the watching television. Next one more we can write that riding. One more we can give as a book, playing game. So playing game, we are giving this another option. One more option we can give as add another, which means that add another means the user can give the hobbies according to his choice. Means he or she can write there. So in this we can select the multiple options. Same, we are required, we are making it compulsory, that is required one. So here we are coming to the form and we are reloading it. So here we are getting this hobbies option. So we can select this reading, internet surfing, watching, and if you are selecting to the others, then you have to enter here what is your hobby. Just like I'm saying it, video making. So in this case, this video making will be stored as the other hobby which is not specified in the form. But in case of this multiple choice, we can select this single option. So we are selected the checkbox in the in the down we are selected the multiple choice option. Now one can say that this select gender will come above the hobby. Just here we said sees the drops, sorry, six drops. So by dragging this or come to here, we'll get the four direction arrow. Just click here and drag to up. So first option, initially what we have seen, created the hobby and then select gender. Now we had changed the order. So after introduction, we will give the select gender, then hobbies. So we are refreshing it. So gender comes to the upper part and hobbies comes to the down part. So once you write all the things, or once you create the form, all information will be stored automatically or stored in the drive itself. So next we have to add one more question of the, we have the checkbox. Now drop down means the list is in the compressed form. So just like I'm giving you here the option education. In the education, the person, the student can select what is his current education. So from the 10th, from the 12th, you can select as the uh, graduation. The next one is the post graduation. These four options are given so that the user will get the drop down list in the form of the drop down. So we are making is a required. So we are coming to the form. So we are getting the education. The list is in the compressed form. It is just like the multiple option, just like this gender multiple choice. Just we are getting the one, we have to select the single from the multiple one. Here also we are getting the single from the multi, we are getting the HSC, or we can select the graduation, we can select the post graduation, or we can select the HSC option. So we can select a single from the multiple one. This is nothing but the drop down option. So here yeah, we had entered this drop down option. So first is the HSC, SSC, HSC, graduation, post graduation. We can shuffle this option with the help of this. So we can take this reverse order, that post graduation, then graduation. Just click and drag it, nothing more than that. So here we can also set the description. uh, Select your education details. So this will be reflect here. We are refreshing it. So in the education, we are getting select your education detail. From this we can select our education details. Mostly is in the decreasing order. So we are going to next question. So we had added this drop down. Next option is the file uploading option. Suppose we want to require this some document from the user or in the form. In that case, we can use this file upload option. In the file upload option, the user can upload the files. So we are selecting the file upload option. In the file upload option, we have to give the permission that the user will give the user can upload the file and that will store to a Google Drive. So here we have to write the, suppose we are writing here uh, select or attach your recent recent resume. So once you create this question will be reflected, but here some parameters are given which is to be clearly checked before issuing this. So initially allow only specific file in the sense we have to check it, and which type of file you are going to accept from the user. If you are going to accept the PowerPoint presentation, in that case you have to give this presentation. If we are collecting the data file in the form of the Word file or the PDF file, we have to select this document or the PDF file. If you are asking the users to attach the video file, then we can give the video option. If you are asking for the audio, we can select this audio option. If you are asking them to send the JPG file or GIF file, so in that case we can select this image file. Same for the drawing, same for the Excel sheet. So depend upon the user's requirement, you have to select this particular file, otherwise the user can add any type of the file. So better way to restrict the user, we are giving this document file and the PDF file just for the example. Next one is the maximum number of the file. So to the user, how many file you want to give the permission to attach in the single form. If you are giving to select the one, this means that user can attach only a single file. So we can increase it to the 10. If you are giving the 5, this means that the user can attach up to 5 files, or we can give to 10. It depends upon the question you are, or what the requirement according to the need. So we are giving it the 1. Next one is the maximum file size. So this will restrict the user that they will not give you the big file, so that that will store in the Google Drive and that will occupy the space in our drive. So according to the need you have to choose. So we are selecting as a 10 MB and make it as the validate. So coming to the form, we are refreshing it, reload it. So here we are getting the attach your recent resume. So we are going to attach. So in this we are getting this dialog box. We are clicking on this add file. Here upload option, if we have a file in our drive, so we can select it from the drive. Or previously select means if you had selected any file previously, so we can select it from the previously selected option. So we are going to select it from the our computer device or from the laptop. So we are getting to the desktop, and here we are selecting any file, that is we are selecting Google file, and this will be attached. So here you will get the message. You have to click on the add more file, if because we had set the 5 files, so we can add more 4 files, but we have to submit one file. So we will click on the upload option. So in the down you will have the upload one of one, means this is uploaded. So this is nothing but your first file is uploaded here successfully. So next, so this is about how to upload the file, or how the options will be given to upload the file. Just so simple we can create. Next one is the upload, after that linear scale. So we have to insert this linear scale after this attach resume. So click on the plus. So insert next question. So we are going to select this linear scale. Linear scale means we are going to show the averages. This is used to collect the response regarding the uh, viewers, or we can say the if someone has delivered the speech and we want to take the his what he had said or what he had expressed in terms of the grading 1 to 5. So suppose I am giving you the how was webinar. So you can rate it from 1 to 5. So 1 represent the low and 5 represent the high. Means yes, that was a good, or we can say a good, but so we can set it first is low and fifth one is the high. So we comes to the our Google form, reload it. So how was webinar? That was the good, better, best. We can say that this is high. High means this 5 will give is that was the best. One means it's okay, better, good, better, best. This like this we can set this scale. Suppose we want to set for the three, so we can write at the three, or we can use two. First one is the good, we can set only two. So good, and one is the best one. So refresh it, we'll get the two option, good or the best. So we can select one is good or second one is the best. One from one option, one or two, any option you can select here. So we can give the scale up to 5 or the 10 according to the parameters which are set. So here also we can set it as a required. We can add one more question. It is a multiple choice grid. Multiple choice grid means here we can set, for example, we have a class. In that we have a five different teachers. So five different teachers means we have a five different subjects. So we can set that the particular, we have the five different teachers. So how the particular teachers are going to teach, we can collect the information with the help of the multiple choice grid. So we are going to select this multiple choice. So we can uh, give your preference, give your preference. So in the row type we will write the name of the teachers. For example, we are giving you the Atul, second one is the Avnish, and third one is we are writing as Ojas. So these are nothing but the three teachers. So on what different parameters you want to check to these three different teachers. So first one we will get uh, teaching, teaching quality. Next one is the Q&A section, whether the Q&A section is conducted by conducted or not. Uh, Voice quality. So we'll take only three questions. We have to response it, request a response in each row. We will discuss about that later on. So we are refreshing it. So these are nothing but the three different, we are selecting, or we want to check the which the particular teacher has a good teaching quality, which particular teacher is going to conduct more question and answer, of which teacher voice quality is good. So we can select that this particular Atul has a good quality of questioning answer, this Avnish has a teaching quality, and Ojas has this voice quality good. So like this, if we have certain parameters which are common for different different faculties or the person, we can set this multiple grid. Here we had discussed or left the point as require as a response in each row. If we make at the as this as a required, in this case we cannot enter the teaching quality, or we cannot give the teaching quality to the Atul and to the Avnish same. So initially we have to fill this, then only we will get. So in this case, if we are selecting this require a response in each row, so in that case we cannot select this teaching quality to the two persons. This will restrict the entry. Same for the another option, that is for the check box grid. So in this case we will get the check box. So in the check box, same here we get this multiple option, here we will get the check box option. And the checkbox option we can check it. So initially we will give the message, this question requires at least one response per row. So this is about the check grid. So next to the check grid, we have the date and the time option. Means if you want to take the, for example, date of birth, so we can use the date option. Here we will write the enter your date of birth. So along with this, you can enter the time option. In this option, in the right side, we click on the three dot option. We'll get the include time. So we can also set the time also with the date. This time option is also been helpful. So here we are going to select, so just right click here. So here we will get the today's date, at what time we are going to set this 9:30. So this will save your date of birth along with this date and time. So this is about the how to insert date and time. If you want to insert simply time, you can set as a time. So here we will have only the time option available here. So this is about the what are the different questions which are available in the Google form. Now we have the different options that how to import the questions. Import the questions means if we have another form which is previously created and we want to add some question from that, in that case we can click on this import questions option. Here we can select any different form. Suppose I am selecting this uh, feedback form. I have one feedback form. We are selecting this. So this feedback form, what are the different options available there? So we are getting this. So I'm selecting this one designation option, and we can select or we can enter any number of. So we are designation. We are selecting this state and the country option. So this will insert. So see, so we are getting the designation, a state and the country which is already created or already in the other form, which is this is inserted with the help of this import question. Next one is the add title and the description. If you want to give the certain type of add descriptions, we can click here. So here we can write here, mm, give your details. Here we can write, I'm giving every hello everyone. So this will display, so we can take it in the upper portion. Suppose after date of birth I want this, so I can give this. So we are refreshing it, we will get the information. So we had inserted below the date of birth. So give your details, hello everyone. This is nothing but a section we have added. One more thing, here we can add the image. If we have any image, we will insert it down. Below that we can insert this add image. So we can insert the image at the beginning or at the end, wherever you want you can insert the image according to your choice or what you have. So we are going to suppose we are adding this Google Meet option. So this will select the image which we have selected from this drive, or we can select from your drive from the desktop. So this is nothing but the image which is inserted in the three dots. Click here, we can give the alignment at the to left, to the center, or better way keep this as a center alignment. Here we will give this the previous video. So this will show that this is nothing but the previous video, or this image will be d- shown in the Google form. So we are refreshing it. So here that previous image is added. We can take it to the starting portion. So we are just dragging it. So below email option we had refresh it. So this will see email, and then we have this. So next we can also add the videos. So we select the video, we can click on this add video option. Add video, you have to enter the URL. So I'm going to on the my YouTube channel, and from this I'm going to select this previously this Google Meet. So we are going to share, and from this share we are going to copy this. And the next we are going to put this in the this. Here you have to select it, this will show the link. Here you have to select this, and then this checkbox or this select is activated. Select this will add the video here. So here also click on these three dots, and center alignment, we are giving the center alignment. Refresh or reload it. So image below image we will get the video. So if you click on this, your video will start playing. So here we will get one more option as the add section. Add section means we are now what happened, we had created the Google form in the single page. So we want to divide it into multiple time. So after email, suppose we want to divide it, so we'll add here, we will click on this add section. So this will add another portion. So here we will image and video. So next, so refresh it. Initially we have to enter, so we had created in the setting portion, we select this as this show progress bar option. So progress bar means we are getting like down here page 1 of 2. So suppose I am entering here the my mail id, and after this gmail.com. Next we will get this image and video option. This means that we are dividing the page. After this, suppose for example video, I want to insert one more section, so I will add one more section that give your details option. So just refresh it, reload it, because we had added a new section. So initially we have to enter the mail id. So after mail id, click on the next option. In the next portion, so see, in the downward you will get the page 2 of 3. So in this portion we are getting this for initially image, and near downward we are getting this video. Then click on the next option. This will take to the remaining portion. So these are nothing but the options which are available in the Google form itself. So initially we can add the questions, we can import the question, we can add this title and descriptions. Next one is the add images. We can give add the videos. These videos can be available on the your desktop or in the drive. Sorry, it's not in the desktop. That will be available in the drive option, and or in the YouTube. And next last one is the add section option. Now, so we have when we can give the different color themes to the our form. So we have this customized theme option at the second option that is available at the top. So we can click here. So we can give this that will change the theme color here. We are taking the green and this. One more thing, we can also add the header to our form, that is nothing but the heading portion. So by default we have some options available, we can select from this, or if we have a ready-made the image, we can insert it. So this will be inserted at the top. So right now we don't have any header in the form itself, so we are refreshing it or reloading it. So we will get the header at the top of our form. So this will show the information regarding what the particular form consists of. So we can set it from here. So we had seen the different types of this setting. So this allow always limit to one response. This will restrict the users for entering more than one form. Edit after and submit means after submitting the form, we can change the details. In the presentation we had written this show progress bar, which means that after one portion, second portion, it will show the progress. And here we had written the confirmation message and save it. So next one is the how to create the link, or how to provide the link to the users. So click on the send option. In the send option, second one is the nothing but your attachment option. In the second, you are going to getting the link. So this is the complete link we can give at the top, or if you want to make as a short, suppose we are going to copy this, copy, and we are paste in this. So we will get the Google form which we had created. So this is the form. Suppose we want to reduce this link, so you have to click on the shorten URL option. Click on the shorten, this will reduce the link. So copy this and send it to the users with this. So this is nothing but we are making the reducing the length of the link. See, so next one is we want to send the invitation to the users. So click here on the send option. In the send option, we will specify the mail id, just like I'm sending the mail to myself itself. Chinthade02 @ gmail.com. So what is subject? Google form. What invited this and this included from form in the email, and we are going to send the invitation. This is the simple. We had sent the invitation. So we are going back to the our Gmail account. Here we will check the particular mail received or not. So inbox. So we receive that me. So here we are getting this Google form. If we click on this fill out the form, this form will be started here. So this is nothing but the Google form which are created. So we can send the email to the users that you have to fill this particular form or not. So this all can done with the help of this send option. So one more option is here, that is with the three dots. We have one more option that we can make the copy of the form. Copy of the form is we can make the duplicate of this form. We have one more option, that is the add collaborator. Add collaborator means we can add our partner name here so that he or she can make the necessary changes in the form. Add collaborator means we are going you to assign the administrator rights to the particular user. So in the add collaborator option, just you have to specify the email of the user, just like I'm giving the my second account. So so we are going to got it. Here we can give the send. So we had to add the collaborator, that one person is added here, so he or she can make the necessary changes. So here we are getting one more option, is the preferences. In the preferences, suppose if you are going to select this collect email, this means that whenever you are going to start the new form, you will get the by default option as the collect email in your form. Next one, that we are going to make each and every form required validation each and time. So if we take this, that next time whenever you are going to create the form, this will automatically make that particular field as a required. And for the quiz, if you want to set the points, you can set easily from this point also. So Google Form makes the user to collect the information so simply that one can't predict that the this is so simple. So go we can go with the Google Form and we can collect the information from the user. So thank you everyone. Thank you everyone for watching this. Thank you. Thank you very much.